But we're going to go and teach Neil to see if Neil can douse.
Perfect.
So we're playing, so we're going to go along with the, once again, welcome to Friday.
Yes.
Friday today, Neil?
Friday, of course it's Friday.
Friday. It's
Friday,
always Friday on Still Talk. You might have noticed that.
Every day is Friday.
So, Neil and I think it's Neil and I's first out and about.
It is, yes, I've not done it out and about yet.
Steph and I have been out and about, and we are on, what are we on again today, Neil?
We're on the Glenallachie.
The Glenallachie.
Or the Glenatchie.
Glenatchie, the Glen, that was almost Japanese you were going to do.
Glenallachie.
That,
Good old Glenallachie.
Which, to be honest, we're kind of getting quite fond of. Right, so we might have to speak up because I think the camera's a bit further away today.
Just a wee bit, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
So we're here to further the information. I've kind of figured out some more. Well, I actually figured out what the blue pool was many years ago. But everyone else, the blue pool behind us, the Horwood blue pool, I sort of figured out many years ago what it was, but everyone else kept saying other things. But I'm here today and we're going to teach Neil a new life skill. Take your rods, Neil. We're going to teach Neil the art of dowsing or divining. I'm not very sure whether there's a difference.
I think it's the same.
I think it's the same.
Well,
divining, people seem to use a Y-shaped stick.
yes.
Or a fancy rock on a bit of string.
Dowsing is a version of divining. Yes, it's the version of divining.
And are we doing the dowsing version of divining?
Yes, we're doing the dowsing version.
Feel free to write in.
That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm sticking to. That's what we're doing.
So back to the blue pool. There's many people have asked many questions over the years, what is the blue pool? And I have been asked many times. And the answer lies in these little bits of bent coat hanger. Because if you have faith in these little bits of bent coat hanger, I think I said in a previous video, you can follow this all the way up to the reservoir North 3rd, and you can follow it all the way down to Grangemouth, you can follow it all the way to Denny, and you can follow it all the way down to the second pool at Carbrook House, which then takes you down past Pleam. Because I was always looking at this as dry and not wet, once you start realising, on Google Earth just last night, I quickly realised that I had missed out the obvious. That it goes directly over the top of what I thought was a sewage works. It's not a sewage works, it's a water treatment plant. It goes directly over the top of the water treatment plant at Denny, and I never even knew that Plean had a water treatment plant, but it has. And the one from Carbrook, if you extend on, goes directly to that. So, once and for all, to me, the mystery of the blue pool is no longer a mystery. In 1910, North 3rd Water Reservoir built pipes going down to Grangemouth, which is there to be seen, photographed, documented. And today I'm going to teach Neil how to douse, which it's not really a teaching thing because most people can do it. But he's just going to confirm that the pipes are where I've been saying they are for the last 20 odd years. So that's our plan today, once we've had a little...
We shall see if it works.
We shall see whether he's got skills or
see if I work.
Mm.
That's it. See if it works for me.
What I do know is alcohol doesn't stop it from working.
No.
Because we have been out in the garden several times with a couple of the good fellas.
Well, maybe help.
Well, who knows? It may be delay. You may be a good metre past the time. I don't know.
Maybe give you enhanced skills.
Enhanced skills. It gives a lot of enhanced skills. So we didn't bring the tripod up here today because, well, we're all
mobile.
men. We're mobile.
Yeah, we're mobile,
and there is nothing up here apart from, well, water, basically.
So you're sitting on a couple of logs at the moment.
So Neil and I either douse on our knees, or you maybe just see our feet.
Or you maybe just see one of us while
That would work.
Yes. Yes, we'll just do that.
So I'll give you a quick demonstration and then pass it over to you.
Yes.
So maybe this is how it works, because I know that if I touch technology, it stops working.
Oh.
But I can douse. So maybe we're going to find out something else today.
I thought you were saying if you touch technology, the dowsing works.
No, if I touch technology, it stops working.
Well, that's true. Yes.
This is why I don't have a mobile phone or anything, because it just doesn't work. People say that I'm using them incorrectly, but
That's
the
maybe
forces.
Well, that's it. Maybe your forces are so enhanced.
That's it.
Your natural forces are obviously enhanced, and you don't need all this technology.
Especially Neil and I have both had bad weeks for different reasons. So when Friday afternoon came along and we were both free, it sounded like the perfect time.
Definitely a good idea.
It's certainly a good idea to get out and about, as Steph and I said, out and about with a wee dram. Not a bad idea.
But just don't lean back too much.
I've been in there before.
But not recently.
I was a younger man.
Yes. Yeah, I can imagine if I'm in there, I'd be struggling to get out. That's the problem.
It'll be...
I think it might
Would
be.
you not give me a hand? It must be 25 years since I was in this. Will it be 25 years? But certainly by 30 I was much more sensible.
I think I'd probably run the pool cleaner through it first.
But it does, as I've explained before, it does, for no reason, come up to the top and then drop back down again. It's nothing to do with the weather. It comes up and goes down as if by magic. And there is actually no run off in here.
No.
Unless there's seepage from underneath.
It's coming from somewhere. Something.
So the one thing most people know of the Blue Pool is there's a very obvious archway down, so what will that be? The north side? The north face? Cairn Bridge that way? Sounds that way. That side,
Yeah.
that side of the circle.
I wouldn't say it was north. Well, check. You want me to check?
Well, that's east, so that's north, so that's maybe west. That'll be west.
So my sense of direction is shocking.
Well, the fourth bridge is there.
Well, I know, but it's still.
That's north that way. Well, that makes sense. North east. So on the southeast, we're a wee bit out.
No, if it's there. It's the
Yeah,
northeast.
it's just actually it's there.
So northeast. Northeast east. Yeah, northeast.
So we'll cut that bit out. On the northeast side of the tunnel, there is an arch that you can see on the right. Before these trees came here, the sun shone in it and you could see it nice and clear. As the trees have come over it, I think that's what's casting the shadow and you can't really see it any longer. But there is an arch there, and I can confirm there's an arch there because when I was up here with Nigel, sadly Nigel passed a few years ago now, Nigel was fascinated by all this. Nigel wasn't fit to dig, so I had to dig. So I dug a huge hole over there down to the top of the tunnel, with all the clays on the top and then all the bricks on the top, and we filled it all back in responsibly. So we know that one's there because we've seen it. And we've also put a diver down there as well, I believe. They stuck a diver down the tunnel which leads off down at sort of 45 degrees. But we're going to go and teach Neil to see if Neil can douse.
Perfect.
Have you drammed up?
Let's go for it. I've jammed up.
Are you
So
oiled?
that's-
Right, come on then.
You want this
To
back?
our feet. Right, so here we are, charging the dowsing rods. That's actually a lot of nonsense, it just came to me and it looked quite cool. You don't need to charge your dowsing rods. What you do is you hold on, 2 bits of bent wire. So far I've tried various bits of wire as long as they are metal. I have never tried timber, might work. So you take them and you very loosely hold them. Now you've got to kind of get the hang. If you hold them up, obviously they fall backwards. If you hold them down, they always stay forwards. So you've got to freely keep them straight without, without interfering with the rods. Now, the other cool thing about dowsing rods is it tells you how wide the pipe you're looking for. So if you're looking for a water pipe, it'll only cross over for a couple of inches, 6 inches, 2 inches. What we're looking for here, they're about, if I remember correctly, they're about between 4 and 5 feet across. So the rods cross and they stay crossed until you come out the other side. So if I remember correctly, there is a nice tunnel between here and there. So we're walking forward, see the cross? Nice as you like, strong cross. So that's them coming over. That's a strong cross. And it continues, and it opens back up, and that's you free from the tunnel. Now as you come back along, we can get a little bit closer to Neil. So this is how you trace a tunnel. You've got to keep going, you can't follow it. You've got to keep going back, forward, you've got to keep going over the top. So again, we're expecting it to sort of appear here. Now, if Neil kind of watches my foot, that's got to be, oh, wait a minute, we'll get the old. So they're crossing about there, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 feet, then they open back up. Now, I have done that, it's very nice in a deal like this, I have done that for miles that direction, I found the pool down at Carbrook House, which is as much proof as you could possibly need. So we're going to give Neil a little shot to see if Neil is any good with the dowsing rods.
Oh, we shall see. We shall see.
Right, Neil, let's see what you got. Let's see if you can. So, nice sort of
Right, hang on.
creep.
Let me
If you got your brothel creepers on, so pretend you're going along a staircase that you're not wanting anybody to hear you. Right, walk them along, walk them along. Now they're already crossed. Let them open back up, because there should be.
I didn't do that.
There should be. Oh no, you're just letting them wander now, Neil. Right, well you found this one, so let's go back and we'll see if we can. So if we put you, oh, you're going to walk back that way. See, right. Get your tips. Get your tips under control. Come forward. It looks like you look like something from Doctor Who. Well, maybe I need to pay attention to the screen. You got them. We'll see they're opening up. I'll get your tips back down. Right. Oh, see? Right. They should stay closed for. Oh, we're into a bush now. And then open back up again. See, Neil's got it, he just needs to hone it. You just need to hone the skills.
Well, let me just keep going and make sure I don't...
I don't know where you're going now. I never found anything over there. That's a fair try. Well, in theory you shouldn't really find anything in between unless there's something I've missed.
There is something.
Neil's going to be out tonight. Strange man arrested in Canvas Barn, walking with strange pose. Right, now you know roughly where this one is, so get yourself kind of prepared for it. And you'll feel them, they'll just cross, they'll just pull over. See that, Neil?
Yep.
Just keep walking, there you go. That's it.
That's just... Wow.
And there is no...
That's quite impressive, that is.
If you look it up, scientifically, that doesn't work.
No...
And nobody believes you.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you that's there. Just the same as if we go down to the main street and look for two main drains, covers, and you walk over it, you'll find it, and you'll find the width of the pipe that's in there. But what you won't know is the depth.
Right, I'm keeping these.
You won't know the
And
depth.
everywhere I'm
Well,
going
technically
now,
they
I'm
were
going to be
yours.
like...
The reason you were getting a bit confused here is there's one tunnel
It's like there's a big one and there's a wee one.
There's one tunnel exits there, and then when it comes to here, that tunnel heads for Larbert, it heads to Stenishmuir, under the high school, it heads under Carnarvon Works, and it heads down, basically heading for the Kelpies. It stops at the waterworks, I assume. The V, so there's actually a V junction here. This other one, that's the one that heads for, not Clean, that's the one that heads for Denny. So there's actually, see there's one there, it opens back up, and there's a second one there, and it opens back up.
See,
Both of these come into a single pipe which then goes into the blue pool.
In all honesty, you did not tell me there was two there.
No, and you found the two there.
I found two of them.
These, I mean, they are. So my...
And it was, what I was quite surprised about was how forceful the change was.
They don't... Well, you don't actually have a lot of... You can't clamp them. I've never really actually wondered if you clamp them, how much pressure can you put on them?
But you definitely feel...
Yeah, so that's me squeezing them.
Uh-huh.
And that's them still crossing. And that's because I'm squeezing it, that's them struggling to release.
Aye. But yeah, I did feel it was quite a strong... There was definitely a strong force in that.
What I did, we did experiments one day. And a couple of my mates that couldn't do it, if they held on to me, I couldn't do it either. That's a bit strange, isn't it? So similar, my grandpa was a dab hand at it. So his laddie, my uncle Sandy, he's a dab hand at it as well. And I can, be honest, I really can tell you the width of the pipe, where it is, where it goes. It's great. So yeah, I figured all this out years ago, but nobody would believe me that these pipes actually existed. But last night, looking on the computer with just a fresh way of looking at it. So that is basically, if you actually think about like lock gates on a canal, that is your pressure brake, your release valve. That takes, so if you've got water up here and you've got the tap down here over 10 miles, that's thousands of tons of water. So when you open this tap down here, you're going to get, poof, you're off. So you basically have to step down the water pressures.
What's the same with sewage
That's
as
what
well?
it is.
You have to step your sewage. You can't just have a 45-degree slope in your sewage. You have to have it in locks in effect and dropping
pressure
down.
would be enormous when you opened up the bottom gate.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the mystery of the Blue Pool.
So where are we off to now? Let's go find somewhere else that I can check and double check and make sure it works.
The Dowsing.
Aye.
Well, we can go all the way to Grange. We can go all the way to Denny. There's actually, do you want to go and see the on-off switch?
Yeah, let's go see that.
Because obviously the on-off switch has a cast pipe in it.
Aye. See, the interesting thing though, as well, is that the overhead cables, you've got overhead cables right over the top of us.
And do you know the thing?
And you think that would affect it, but no.
Overhead cables.
Right.
So Neil was pointing out there, and everyone else assumes the overhead electricity cables, the pylons, that's what's affecting them. But as I pointed out to Neil, it makes no difference. But Neil was right. You need to put the rods upside down. You put the rods up that way. See?
It worked.